guys, I'm Maddie, one of the coaches at OPEX Fitness Bristol, and today I'm going to take you through a whole body workout. Only equipment you'll need is a kettlebell, set dumbbells, and a small box or a surface to put your hand on. We've got a total of 6 exercises, and they're going to be broken into 3 sets, so it's going to be 3 supersets. And I'll explain the exercises as we go. So the first exercise is going to be the Goblet Squat, so you're going to need your kettlebell. So the main things to focus on with the squat: feet hip width apart, chest stays up nice and tall, and the back stays nice and flat. So you're going to pick up your kettlebell, hold it in front of the chest, and then from there we're going to do 8 reps, just going as low as you can. So we want this exercise to be nice and controlled and not moving too fast. So we're going to go through 8. And then we're going to rest 30 seconds. So main muscles the goblet squat is working is mainly working the legs, glutes, lower back, also the core, and then just with that goblet position is also going to be working the arms and the upper body a little bit. So we've got about 10 more seconds, and we're going to move on to our 3-point row. So with the 3-point row, both feet on the floor, one hand is going to go on the surface or the box. So you're going to have a small bend in the knees, keeping the back nice and flat and neutral. And then once you've picked up the dumbbell, you're going to row up, bring the dumbbell up to your body and back down nice and slowly, control again. So we're going to go through 8 on each arm of this as well. Once you've done 8 on one arm, straight over to the other arm and 8 again. Good, then we're going to rest 30 seconds again, and then we're going to go back to the goblet squat, and we've got 2 more sets of this for a total of 3 sets. So with that dumbbell row as well, you want to keep that back nice and flat. You don't want to see a round or too much of an arch, and just make sure that dumbbell's coming right up to the body. We've got about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to go for the 8 more reps on the goblet squat. So, and then when you're ready, pick up that kettlebell and 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, and then rest 30 seconds again. And then back onto that dumbbell row. And then if you only have one dumbbell, same position, just holding that dumbbell up in front of the body, and exactly the same movement. That's it, so 5 more seconds, and then off we go for 8 reps on the first arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then once you've done 8 on one arm, swap straight over to the second arm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. We'll rest 30 seconds, then we'll go through both exercises once more. That's it. So let your heart rate come back down, catch your breath a little bit if you need to, and then we're going again in about 10 seconds. That's it, and then kettlebell ready to go for another 8 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 30 seconds rest, and one more set of the 3-point row. So we've got about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to go back onto that 3-point row for another 8 on each arm. So when you're ready, nice flat back, soft knees, and 8 reps on the first arm. 6, 7, 8. So, and then straight over to the second arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And then at this point, if you need a drink or anything, feel free to grab a drink. And then we're going to move on to our next 2 exercises. So, first exercise is going to be a Dumbbell Romanian Deadlift. So, main thing with this, so you need to see that back really nice and flat, staying nice and neutral, staying in one position. So, first set, if you go without weight, and then we can get a feel for the movement if you've never done this before, and then we can also add weight afterwards if necessary. So, soft knees, feet under the hips, and then from here, put your hands on your shoulders if you want to, and then reach those hips back and back up. If you're finding this movement quite difficult, you can stand just sort of a foot length away from a wall, and then reach your hips back to the wall. And we're going to go through 10 reps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, I'm going to rest 30 seconds. So, with the Romanian deadlift, just as a cue, with that wall behind you, that can really help you to focus on reaching your hips, making sure those hips are reaching back and we're working the hamstrings, rather than it being more of a bend in the knee and working the glutes slightly more. Then we're going to move on to our next exercise, which is going to be floor press. So, if you have 2 dumbbells, one in either hand. If you only have 1 dumbbell, this can be done 1 arm at a time as well. So it's going to be leg down on the floor, feet flat and planted into the floor, pushing your body down and into the floor, and then you're going to bring dumbbells up, elbows at a 45-degree angle, and then press straight up. And we're going to go through 8 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to rest 30 seconds. And then if you've only got that 1 dumbbell, so go through 8 on one arm, swap over, and then 8 on the other arm. And then we're going to go back to those Romanian deadlifts. So we'll add weight on this time. So whichever weight you are happy with, comfortable with. You've got 2 dumbbells, 1 in either hand. You've only got 1 dumbbell, that can just be held in front of you and done exactly the same way. So, dumbbells ready, and we'll go through 10 reps. 1, 2. If you still need the wall behind you as a cue, that's also fine to use that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it then. Pop those dumbbells down, 30 seconds rest, and then we're going to go back onto the floor press. So those Romanian deadlifts as well, going to be working the hamstrings, glutes, back, and your core as well, which is going to be really good and help us stay really nice and steady if you ever want to progress the Romanian deadlifts on and then eventually be doing full deadlifts. So, onto the floor, ready for our floor press. We've got another 8 reps. So bring those dumbbells up, elbows at a 45-degree angle, and press up. about 10 more seconds. And then with that floor press, just remember to push your body into the floor, keeping everything nice and tight so that you can really focus on pressing up when the dumbbells are in your hands. So are we ready? So pick up the dumbbells again, last set of 10 with these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then pop the dumbbells down. 30 seconds. Now we're going to do our last set of floor press. So you've got about 5 seconds. So down onto the floor, feet flat. So making sure that body's pushed into the floor and press up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then pop the dumbbells down. And then again, if you need a drink or anything, now's the time to grab one. We're going to move on to our last 2 exercises. So first one, we'll just do it body weight for the first set, and then we'll add weight if we feel we need to. So first exercise is going to be a reverse lunge. So starting, feet under the hips, both pointing forwards, looking forwards, and then you're going to take one leg, step back, come down to the floor, and back together. The main thing with this, make sure both legs are at a 90-degree angle, really control the knee down, and then up and back together. So we're going to do 8 on each leg, okay? Just body weight to start with, then we can add weight if we need to. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then swap legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then I'm going to rest 30 seconds, and then with those reverse lunges, if you're finding them quite difficult and you're finding it quite wobbly, we can change that and adjust it so you can do a split squat instead. So both knees at 90 degrees again, start at the bottom, and then from here, up, keeping both feet on the floor this time, and then back down. So that's sort of a scale just in case those reverse lunges are quite difficult for you. But next exercise is going to be a quadruped knee lift. So we're going to start on all fours. And we want hands in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Now from here we're going to tuck the toes, make sure we're pushing into the floor with our hands, and then bring our knees off the floor just a couple of inches. Okay, now we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. So are we ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So, and if you're finding 30 seconds too much, just drop that number down. You do 20 seconds, 15, whichever is sustainable and manageable for you. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and come down and rest. So then we're back to those reverse lunges. So you can either stay at body weight, or you can add weight. So if you've got 2 dumbbells, you can hold one at either side. You've only got one, you can hold it in that goblet hold like we did before. So we've got about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to go through another 8 reps on each leg. So dumbbells up ready, or body weight if that is good for you as well. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, straight onto the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then pop those down. Got 30 seconds rest. And then we're onto that quadruped knee lift. So yeah, main things with those lunges, make sure you stay looking forwards, just so you don't drop that head. Once that gaze goes down, the body's going to come down with us. Just make sure everything's up nice and tall. So, about 5 seconds, and then we're going to go back onto the quadruped knee lift. So, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tuck the toes, so pushing into the floor and lift those knees. So 30 seconds again. If you can't sustain 30 seconds, just drop that time down to what you can manage. So we're halfway. Five more seconds. And rest. So we've just got one more set of each, and then that is going to be us done. So 30 seconds rest, grab those dumbbells ready. We've got 10 seconds, and we're going to go for our last set. So we're going 3, 2, 1, grab those dumbbells up, and 8 reps on the first leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then straight onto the second leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop those dumbbells down. Got those 30 seconds rest, and then our last quadruped knee lift. So about 10 more seconds. And this, just make sure you are actively pushing into the floor. Okay, we're going 5 seconds. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tuck the toes, and off we go. So we're halfway, just 15 more seconds. And make sure you're pushing into the floor, keeping everything nice and steady. Got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so that is that whole body workout. So minimal equipment, nice and short, so it's easy to get done on a lunch break or if you haven't got much time in the evening. But really good work, guys. And then if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below and we'll get them answered for you.